Alright guys, so today's video, I'm just going to make this really quick about the Nintendo Switch OLED model that just got announced with the wonderful, beautiful 7-inch OLED screen. And I think this is honestly, since E3, this is probably the biggest disappointment of announcement for me personally. That I think Nintendo's just like, hey, hold my beer, guys. They forgot to show up the E3 with this model. I'm just like very, very shocked that they didn't. I mean, so you got this new Nintendo Switch with the OLED screen. It's going to have a 7-inch screen versus a 6.2. It's going to have 32 gigs of extra memory, and then it's going to have a LAN wired port, something that has been instilled in consoles, you know, to be able to connect to the network, you know, via whatever system since like the PlayStation 2, original Xbox, hell, the Dreamcast could connect to a wire. The GameCube even had one game that you could connect to the internet with via a wire. And like on Nintendo's like, oh, by the way, you know, that's one thing that we're going to add in this console. And it's like, I'm very sad that this is the announcement that we got for a new Nintendo Switch. You know, there was the whole big thing about, you know, the 4K, you know, better hardware, you know, model system that was supposed to be announced or whatever. Maybe that's still coming out next year. But for this year, we have this. We have the OLED. I just love. They're like, look, wired LAN port. Like the wired LAN port should have been something that should have been at launch of the original Nintendo Switch back in 2017. But it's not like Nintendo's online network is anything that people talk about. It's pretty terrible. So, like the fact that that's their one of their highlighted features. But for the rest of this video, they just show it being played on the screen. So the OLED screen will not matter if you have it connected. And I don't like that this announcement video is acting like this is like the first time that they've announced like the Switch in a way. You know what I mean? Like everything that they're showing here is what any Switch for $299 can do. They can connect to a TV. You can play games on them. You can play online. Like this is nothing new, and they're charging more for the system. I get that it has an OLED screen. I get that, guys. I understand, you know, it's going to be more vibrant colors. It's going to be beautiful and stuff like that. But it doesn't matter if the games are still going to look like not great. If they're still not going to have the best resolution, they're still not going to run at 60 frames a second. It doesn't matter what kind of screen you put on that system. If the games aren't going to run good on it, it doesn't matter how vibrant and beautiful the colors are. And I'm just very disappointed with this. And we're in a day and age where this is going to be $349 for this console. So I would think, you know, as me, you know, I have a Switch Lite, we have a regular Switch. That has no pull for me to go buy it. You know what I mean? That like that $349 price, I'm like, that's steep for a console that's already outdated from back from 2007 or 17. It's already an outdated system. The hardware's been outdated for quite some time, and we know Nintendo's not big for, you know, having the best hardware out there and stuff. But like they're just so focused on the screen's gonna look amazing and vibrant and beautiful, and it doesn't. To me, that doesn't matter if the games aren't gonna run any better or look any better. No matter what kind of screen. And if you looked at the video, a lot of times they had it in docks, so it's not gonna matter what that screen looks like because you're gonna be playing off of whatever TV you're on. And I just don't like this. I think this is a big disappointment. Nintendo was like literally like, hold my beer, I'm going to disappoint everybody. And I just remember when I saw on Twitter, I was like, new Nintendo Switch. I was like, oh, they announced it. And I looked and they're like, oh, by the way, it's just an OLED screen. I was just like, what? I get, you know, it has better audio. It has, you know, 32 gigs of extra memory and stuff like that. But as current consumers, you know, people that have been excited for a new Switch and stuff, they're already Switch users. So I just don't see where Nintendo's like what their market is that they're going for it, because, you know, everybody who wants a Switch has had a Switch, has had them for a while. It's not like it's a brand new console. I mean, there's you know, Switch was the top seller year on years for, you know, a long time, and we're at this time where they're asking for $349 for a console where if you look, you know, if depending on if you want to spend $50 more or spend $50 less, you're in a weird kind of era here, because for $50 less, for $299, you can get the Xbox Series S, an all digital system that can, support some titles at 4K, can run games at 60 frames a second, that can has the quick resume and all some of the next gen features and stuff like that, with a couple games here with ray tracing and stuff. So $50 less gets you like a brand new Xbox Series S. Or if you spend $50 more, you can get an all digital PlayStation 5, which is a next generation console. And I'm just like, I'm sitting here and I'm like, $349. You're stuck in the middle, where I would recommend either of the latter. $50 less, get a Series S, or $50 more and get a PlayStation 4, because at least those consoles are going to go forward. You got games that are being upgraded for the Series S. You have games that are being upgraded for the PlayStation 5. And that's a PlayStation 5, so anything that's being made, boom, is all digital for that system. So anything in the future, that system's going to be able to run it. And so when you look at spending $349 on a Switch, you look at the possibility of that system, one, is already outdated hardware wise. And then two, what if there's an update, or what if they launch a new system next year for say $399 for an all digital, Nintendo Switch 4K 60 frames a second, and it's just I'm just like, I don't see the logistics. Obviously, this thing's gonna sell like crazy. It's coming out October 8th. It's gonna sell like hotcakes, dude. It's just how Nintendo is. Anything that they put out is like liquid gold to the consumers. So I'm going to be disappointed, because there's going to be tons of people flocking to them, trying to buy them, and nobody's going to be able to find them, and it's just going to jack the price up for an already very outdated console. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think Nintendo even needed to do this? Me personally, I don't think I think that this console's more pointless than the Xbox 360e. I think this is kind of more pointless because it's just an updated screen, and it's more expensive. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Hit the like button if you like this video. I know I just want to put this out here real quick. And if you like the video and want to see more of what I'm doing, hit the subscribe button. I'll have links down below for my Twitter page, where I post a lot about games and stuff like that, and my Twitch link where I stream. I'm playing Metro Exodus right now. So until next time, hopefully Nintendo doesn't disappoint us anymore this year. So peace, and I'll see you guys next time.